Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 6 of our series, Championing Entrepreneurship in Cameroon, the Impact in Our Society. And today we have a very special guest with us who will be sharing with young entrepreneurs the power of branding, an effective tool for startup successes. So today we have our amazing guest, Madam Asah Danielle, who is a brand specialist and the founder, CEO of The Dreams, a branding and marketing agency where they help businesses to grow. I want to specially thank you, Madam Asah, for accepting to share deep knowledge about the subject matter to our viewers. Can you kindly share with us what The Dreams is all about?
Thank you so much, Mr. Clinton, for the
You're welcome.
opportunity to share my insights with your audience. So, I'm Danielle Asah Mantho, the founder and CEO of The Dreams. I'm an author. Over the years, I've had the privilege of working with over 300 brands all
Wow.
over the world, helping them to build strong and sustainable brands, leveraging innovative and disruptive branding strategies. And I'm passionate about helping and empowering entrepreneurs to build strong and sustainable brands that actually resonate with their target audience.
Now, talking on branding, there are many definitions of branding, where some people define branding as how you show yourself to the public, and some define branding as a representation of a team. Coming to you as someone who has mastered branding, what can you say is branding, and how important is branding for startups?
So thank you so much for that question. So
Welcome.
I'd like to start by first of all bringing the difference between branding and marketing. So marketing is like asking a girl out on a date, and then branding is the reason she says yes. Also, branding is like marketing is like casting the net in the sea, and branding it's the reason the fishes get attracted to the net and
Okay.
you catch them.
Wow.
Now, so branding, it's more than just a logo, a tagline, color schemes, and so on. It's the identity of your business. And for startup, branding is very crucial because it shapes the way people perceive your brand. And branding is a story you tell your audience. Branding is the value you put out there, right? It's how you connect with your target audience in a way that really resonate with them. So we live in a world where there's so much competition out there. Building a strong brand will help you to differentiate yourself from your competitors and standing unique, right? It's about the values you create. It helps you to build trust and actually drive a long-term brand loyalty. And branding would help you, right, to not get lost and your business to be lost in this very competitive and crowded market.
Wow. All right, that's powerful. So, how can these businesses, especially startups, use branding to grow their businesses?
Thank you again for the wonderful question. So, branding, right? Taking as an example, The Dreams, I would say right from the beginning, I defined what we stood for.
Yes.
So for a startup, right, it's defining clearly what you stand for. And that's why I've put in place a branding framework called the 5C branding framework, which specifies that for you to build a powerful brand, you need to first of all be clear about your values, your target audience, about how you're going to connect with your audience as well, the brand message. So it's being clear from onset with the brand message. Which message are you going to communicate to your audience? The second thing is consistency. You have to be consistent, whether it's just as simple as the brand colors, the font styles and all that. You need to be consistent on all different social media platforms.
That is amazing. So from my findings, I discovered that The Dreams has been around for close to 5 years. So how has this branding contributed to where The Dreams is today? Can you tell us?
Yeah. So from onset, I clearly defined what we stood for. The brand messages and the values we wanted to create, our target audience, and then our goal. So this actually helped us to to phrase and to frame our different action, to take deliberate action, which helped us, right, to get to where we are today, and also helping other brands that we have helped so far. So branding, it's defining where you want to get, defining your message, the people you want to reach out to, the values you want to create, and what makes you unique from your competitors. So that's what actually would make the whole difference, right? Would make your brand to be perceived the way you want it to be perceived.
I've discovered that in Cameroon, you have a lot of startup entrepreneurs. Many people are getting into businesses, but after 5 years, nothing is heard of them. And when I did my research, I identified that one particular thing they are missing out is branding. So, can you tell us why these young businesses or every business, especially startup businesses in Cameroon, needs branding?
Thank you so much for the wonderful question. And that's a question I get asked a lot about why businesses need to brand themselves, especially startups. And I would say especially in Africa, because they don't do that most often. So I say branding, I would define it this way, as Zig Ziglar said. He said, when people love you, they'll follow you. When they trust you, they will do business with you. So it's about building trust and driving long-term loyalty. And then, so for any startup, why do you need branding? You need branding because it's a way for you to communicate your values, to tell your story to the world, and then connect with your audience, which will help you to drive sales, or let's put it simple, to help you to connect with your target audience, those who can later on buy your product or your services. If you don't communicate about your brand, no one can know about you or your brand. No one will buy from you. So it's a way to share with the audience. And nowadays, with the growth of the social media platforms, we have different social media platforms where you could market your brand or market yourself. When we talk about brand, it can be a person. Samuel Eto'o is a brand, right? Serena Williams is a brand. We talk about a business, an organization is a brand. You have to brand yourself by being consistent. I really insist on that word, consistency, because it's not about you sharing about your brand one day or, in a post and people get to know about you. It's about consistently taking action, right? Sharing about your brand, your values, sharing your story with the world and get people to connect with you. So branding is important because it helps you connect with the target audience. It helps you stand out unique, right? It helps you to stand out unique in the market, right? To outperform your competitors. So talking about myself, when I started off in 2020, it was not easy because many people didn't know about myself. Many people didn't know about the dream. It took me consistent action to get people to acknowledge me. And today I'm very happy because of this deliberate action I took, because they call me for interviews, they contact me to intervene or help popular brands like Mada Cameroon. That was in July, a month ago, we ran an activation campaign. We helped them, though the brand has been in the market for close to 20 years now. They face a lot of competition with other brands coming into the market. So we had to help them to revamp, to make them to maintain that leadership position in the market. So we had to run activation campaign where we went to different streets in Douala, close to 30 streets, touching about more than 5,000 people in Douala. And over the past few months after the activation campaign, we've not made a lot of sales. So branding will help you to grow, to be known, right? To be perceived positively by your target audience, the way you want them to perceive you. So that's what I can say about branding and the power of branding for any business person, for any brand out there who wants to make a difference in their niche or in their market.
Many startup entrepreneurs will be thinking you need a lot of capital or money to do branding, especially you working with a big company like Mada Cameroon. So how can a small startup build a brand identity with little or no budget?
Mr. Clinton, that's a common misconception that you need a huge budget in order to build a strong brand. And I would say this, with little or no budget, it's about you focusing on what makes you unique. If you want to build a strong brand identity, you need to focus on what makes you unique, what makes you stand out from your competitors. By communicating your values and your brand message, knowing exactly what you want to stand for and communicating it, which will help you to connect with your target audience. So you definitely do not need a huge budget. You need to take deliberate action in order to get yourself, build trust, right? And then build long-term loyalty with your audience. And social media is a tool, right, that we can leverage, which is not that doesn't really require much budget, right, to build a powerful brand.
So you mentioned of sacrificing and being unique as an entrepreneur to build a brand. So in the early stages of business, most of these entrepreneurs in Cameroon, they always face a problem of finance. So how can you sacrifice how can you sacrifice to invest in branding while you still have other pressing needs like salaries, like operations to run for your startup?
Yeah, I like that question because I remember years back when I started, I was working at the comfort of my home with my laptop and I had little or no budget, but I used the social media, which is such a powerful tool, and I was able to make myself known, right, by first of all optimizing my social media pages and profiles and showing myself powerfully daily, communicating my values, sharing my story with the world. And it helped me to gain some recognition, where I also attracted a huge number of clients and followers. So social media is the easiest way to go about branding without necessarily using a huge budget. And everybody can use the social media. In Africa, though we face a lot of challenges with internet, electricity, but with consistent action, and you can definitely build a strong and sustainable brand.
Wow, Madam Asah, this is powerful. Apart from being a brand specialist, you are equally a very successful entrepreneur. I think you have more than 10 staffs that are under you, and also you mentioned that you have been the sales face of Mada Cameroon and one of the top rising influential women in Africa. So there are many women out there who are watching and thinking maybe how is it possible, or they're thinking that their dreams in life cannot be realized. What advice or how can you challenge these women who have these dreams and they are looking up to somebody like you?
I'm really pumped up when I answer such a question because of the book I wrote 4 years back, Becoming Your Dream Self. So the goal was to empower young girls, especially everybody, but especially young women, to tell them that your dream is not just possible, but it's worth pursuing it.
Wow.
So I want to tell every young girl or any girl or woman follow me out there that it's worth pursuing your dream. And though you might face a lot of challenges like what I had, but I used it as a stepping stone, and I told myself, I'm going to make it. So we can become whatever we want if only we put ourselves to it. The work that we have to do, you have to define where you want to go to, right? Maybe in 5 years time, where do you want to be as a woman, right? You need to define this and focus. Where do I get some of the skills I need to get there? Start learning it. And I will tell you, I've taken more than 200 courses, online courses. And most of the things I do today, I didn't learn it in school. True, I have a background, I have a master's from the International Relations Institute of Cameroon, IRIC, in international marketing. But most of the things I do today, how I help my clients, the way I connect with my audience, I didn't learn it from school. I learned it online. So we have to Coming back to the social media, coming back to online, we need to leverage the power of the internet, right, to grow. No matter where we find ourselves or the circumstances we find ourselves at a given moment in life, we need to use what you have, right, to get where you want. It's about determination and consistently taking deliberate action. So I'll encourage every young girl, if you're serious about your dream, go out there, look for every possible means, the right way, I emphasize on it, to achieve your dream. And I believe in God, and I believe that God will strengthen you and He will empower you and give you the resources you need in order to get there. So don't be discouraged no matter what you face in life and right now, because your dream is possible and it's worth pursuing it. Thank you.
Wow, Madam Asah, so do you have any final words for our viewers, and where can they get to you or to the dreams?
In closing, I would like to start by saying that branding is not just about how the world see you. It's about how you see yourself, about the impact you want to create and live in the world. It's about how you show yourself powerfully and how you stand for your values, how you tell your story with the world and what you want to be known for. So I will encourage everybody out there, go out there, show yourself powerfully and shine through whatever you're doing, because you can become whatever you want if only you take deliberate action as from today. So for anybody that wants to build a personal brand or a brand simply, I would like to encourage you to reach out to me on you can also, I'm very active on social media, especially on LinkedIn through, my name there is Danielle Asah Mantho. And I'll be very happy to connect with you, learn from you, and also see possible ways of how we could grow together and collaborate together, or how we could help you. Thank you so much for the opportunity. You could also follow us, check what we are doing on our website, thedreams.com. And you can also reach me personally through my contact, through my WhatsApp number, +237 676 35 5957. Thank you.
So I say a very big thank you for having me and my team here today in your office. I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mr. Clinton. It was such a pleasure and an honor to share my insight and my story with your audience.
So ladies and gentlemen, we have finally come to the end of our episode 6. And as you heard our guest today, if you are out there as an entrepreneur where you are looking for somebody to hold your hand, to train you, or to build your personal brand or startup brand, you can get to her with the contact details we just provided. And you watching, I have one advice for you. I know it's hard building a business. I know it's difficult, especially when you are starting. But what I can tell you is that you should keep dreaming, you should keep pushing, and you should keep winning. Especially, I thank you for watching this episode. And I will invite you to watch out for the next episode, that is episode 7, which will be dropping next month. I remain your host, Tam Clinton.